there to all of you viewers of Equinoxe Television. Welcome back from the weekend. Merry Christmas in advance to you all. It's time for the news today. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Our Majesty is right away. The Christmas bells are already ringing in most parts of the world. In Cameroon especially, here in the economic capital Douala, the population is complaining of high cost of living. The prices of foodstuff, be it rice and other food items, especially chicken, have reportedly skyrocketed in markets across the country, especially here in Douala. Our reporters were at the Nous, détenons market here in Douala, and we will be telling you more in just a moment. Plus, in this newscast today, we begin with news in retrospect. We will be taking you down memory lane on the famous Minsep Faker food saga. Viewers, those are our Majesties. Details when we go back. Welcome back, viewers. Thank you so much for the confidence. We just told you in the headlines that the Christmas bells are ringing across the world. Here in the economic capital Douala, people are complaining of high costs of living. Our reporters made a stop over at the Nous, détenons market here in the economic capital Douala, and we will be having you all taking images to you on which they took to this afternoon. That was at the Nous, détenons market in the economic capital Douala. They met a trader, Bruno, who is a chicken vendor at Marché Deido in the Douala, in Douala 1 subdivision. He says for the past 2 months, the price of chicken has been on the rise somehow. And according to the changes in the cost of raw material, and also there's a feeding feed for the fowls and limited chicks for rearing, accounts to the high prices of chicken. As you can see on the screen, the situation has affected the business of those who are selling the birds during this Christmas period. On the other hand, we also met another vendor and who is also a housewife, Felicitas, who told us that fowls or birds, chicken can never miss on her table. That would be on Christmas Day. So whatever or however the prices rise, she has to cook chicken for her children. The prices of chicken now vary from 3.5 kilograms to 10 which cost 10,000 francs CFA, and from the broilers to layer breeders, the price at Marché Deido cost about 3,500 francs CFA. That is for the very small chicken or birds, which our reporters saw at the Nous, détenons market here in the economic capital Douala. The traders and also those who came to buy say it is really hard for them now to feed their families because of the increase in the prices of basic necessities, foodstuff, especially the birds. Sure, we will be telling you more in our subsequent newscasts precisely at 8 p.m. Now let's talk something else. Traders dealing with Christmas decorations at the Douche Municipal Market in the economic capital Douala, that is in the Douala 1 subdivision, lament over the poor turnout of customers this year also. According to them, many customers now consider these decorations as luxury due to the very difficult economy. Immaculate Fogwe reports on how families are getting themselves prepared for the feast of Christmas that comes up on December 25. That would be on Wednesday.
Few hours to the celebration of Christmas, the turnout of customers at some decoration and gift stores in Douala is far from encouraging. Visiting the Douche Municipal Market in the Douala 1 subdivision, traders could be seen persuading customers to buy at least an item. There are more traders in this market than customers. We are stocked with our goods. We risk restocking them for next year. It's really frustrating. We got varieties of Christmas trees and decorations. The price of a Christmas tree is determined by the length and the quality. The length of this tree is 1.80 meters and it costs 50,000 francs. People prefer buying the green color compared to the white one. The traders say Christmas trees, which were usually in high demand, have particularly been shunned this season. I think one of the reasons why people are not so interested is because the prices have increased. What we used to sell for 10,000 francs some years back now costs 12,000 francs and more. So it has discouraged a lot of people from purchasing theirs. Speaking to some buyers, they say the very hard economy has made such decorations to be considered as luxury. I am here to get a Christmas tree to decorate my house. I just want to make my children happy. This tree cost 11,000 francs. Meantime, the decorations cost 1,500 francs. Life is so hard. That's why we are struggling to get house decorations at the last minute. I just want to make my children happy. If not, I wouldn't have bought this. Garlands, globe, ornaments, Christmas trees, Santa Claus, nutcrackers, snow globes, tree toppers, Christmas bulbs and many more are readily available in different markets across the city of Douala.
Now, still talking about preparations ahead of Christmas, orphans in different orphanages in the Vuri division of the Electoral region are sure to celebrate Christmas and New Year like any other child with smiles on their faces. They received gifts of different sorts, including foodstuff, drinks, clothing, and toys from Equinoxe Television and Equinoxe Radio, thanks to the annual Christmas caravan supported by its partners, followers, and persons of goodwill. Innocent Asa was part of the team that embarked on this operation, so they could put smiles on the faces of the orphans in Douala. They were accompanied by the CEO of Equinoxe Television. Let's now have more with Innocent Aze.
The 2024 Christmas Caravan, an annual initiative of Equinoxe Television and Radio, aimed at putting smile on the faces of orphans and enabling them celebrate Christmas and New Year like other children, took place few days to the Feast of Nativity, with bulk of gifts of diverse sorts donated by persons of goodwill and partners like UCB, Mayor, Razel, Madiba. The mobilized Equinoxe team, headed by the Chief Executive Officer, was able to visit orphanages in the various subdivisions of the Wuri division of the Electoral region. Orphans of the orphanages visited like Memdana Mem, Maranatha, Mère Thérèse, Canaan, Saint Anil Marie, to mention but a few, warmly welcome the Equinoxe team.
We are happy to see you today. Father, God bless you. We are happy to see you today.
And happily received the Christmas gift comprising of basic necessities, foodstuffs, drinks, as well as clothing and toys.
The group of Equinoxe Television, God should always keep you in health and in life, so that you should always come and give us a smile.
I'm so happy to the love Equinoxe Radio Television show us and help us to make the children grow very well. The Ami de Jesus.
In some of the orphanages like Canaan and Saint Annie Marie in Bonaberi Douala 4 subdivision, some particular and heart-piercing cases and stories were presented to the Equinoxe delegation.
No, he's not my biological son. He was brought to us this May after being picked up in a carton. Apparently, his birth mom gave birth to him and abandoned him around Gautier, Bonaberi. She left him in front of a shop, so the shop owner wanted to open his shop and saw a carton outside. When he opened the shop, he saw a newborn baby covered with blood and still with the placenta at the side. So they had to rush him to Bonasama Hospital, and from there, after 2 weeks, they brought him to us. So he's been with us since the 15th of May this year. This year, December 7th, apparently, because he was picked up on the 7th of May. So 7th December made him 7 months old. And we named him Joyson Moses.
By the grace of God, the baby is growing healthily. Personnel of these orphanages also disclosed encountering a lot of challenges, taking care of the orphans, but are not neglected by God.
Well, it has not been easy. We've been able to continue the legacy our parents left for us, and we are not going to give up. But we thank God for people like you that are always coming here to support us.
Such gesture from Equinoxe Television and Radio, its partners and fans can only be heartily and thankfully received.
We are so happy and overwhelmed. Thank you very much for your gift. We appreciate it.
To the CEO of Equinoxe Media Conglomerate, this operation to provide Christmas gift to the orphans is very significant and embedded in the depth of his heart.
It's a great pleasure for us to make sure every year since 21 years now that we have launched this event. We do it with a great pleasure and with a lot of emotion. We want to make sure that the children don't think that they are alone and they have been abandoned.
The operation went on simultaneously in Yaoundé, Bafoussam and other regions.
This is something that touched my heart. I hope that Almighty will continue to give me the strength and give to my collaborator, to our partners like UCB, to be present every year again, more and more, to help these children.
Being an annual event, the top management of Equinoxe Media Conglomerate hopes to, with the continuous support of partners and persons of goodwill, radiate love and happiness to orphans in orphanages in the 10 regions of the Republic of Cameroon.
The Almighty will certainly give all of us the strength to Equinoxe Television and its partners to extend a hand of solidarity every time to the underprivileged, the destitute, and orphans, especially during the Christmas period. Merry Christmas to all the orphans out there. And now we talk something else. As the Boko Haram insurgency in the far north region of the country continues to gain momentum, the call for more combatants to drop their weapons and join the DDR centers has once more been echoed. This was during a ceremony held to welcome over 600 ex-fighters from the Mayo Tanaga and Mayo Sava divisions of the far north region. Lucy Liengu is here, has the details.
708 ex-Boko Haram fighters from across the Mayo Tanaga and Mayo Sava divisions of the far north region have decided to cease fighting by laying down their arms and reunite with the society.
Ici à Mairie, nous avions près de 3000 ex-combattants.
They include women, men and young people who were once considered combatants.
J'étais même en brousse. J'ai quitté Ambrose, arrivé au Amoura.
Musa, one of the ex-fighters, explains he joined the terrorist group in 2017 and had been fighting for 4 years. Today, reuniting with his family brings him utmost joy. The former fighters were welcomed by administrative authorities, their families, and the Meri community.
This is also an indication to the others who are not yet here that life is good here. You know, people said we are going to imprison them, to kill them. No. So I think we are going to keep them, and I think it will help the others that are still dragging their feet to come out.
Also, a new center has been inaugurated. This facility includes 75 huts and various workshops designated to provide decent living conditions and training opportunities for these individuals.
Our action, making the choice for them, the action of the chiefs of the communities to take care of them, I think with the economic empowerment we have given them, this is an assurance for us that they will stay with us.
The center was officially opened by the coordinator of the National Committee for Disarmament, Demobilization and Reintegration during the ceremony led by the Secretary General at the Governor's office. This initiative marks a crucial step towards peace and reconciliation in the region.
Now we talk politics. Honorable Ali Bashir has criticized Professor Maurice Kamto, the president of the Cameroon Renaissance Movement, over allegations suggesting he was involved in electoral fraud. He says politicians should not use unorthodox strategies to gain popularity, as Babila Jonathan tells us in the report which comes up next.
Former member of Cameroon's lower house of parliament, Honorable Ali Bashir, dismisses allegations of his involvement in suspicions of electoral fraud maneuvers via illegal manipulation of Cameroonians' national identity cards. when this picture went viral on social media. Allegations went rife that he was involved in what quickly became a scandal, with leaders like Professor Maurice Kamto, National President of the Cameroon Renaissance Movement, suggesting that the member of the Central Committee of the Cameroon People's Democratic Movement, CPDM political party, Ali Bashi, should be arrested if he is found guilty. Honorable Ali Bashi says,
"Ça m'intéresse même pas. Je connais rien de ça. Rien du tout."
He is not interested in electoral fraud and has nothing to do with the fraud allegations.
C'est de la manipulation, des preuves fabriquées. Ça veut dire quoi?
He qualifies the allegations as manipulation.
We sincerely apologize for that poor sound quality. We will sure be coming back to that in our subsequent news editions. In other news, civil society and electoral affair experts in Cameroon have raised concerns of legitimacy and transparency in the circumstances surrounding the renewal of the mandates of members of the Electoral Board of Elections Cameroon Elecam. While identifying flaws in the exercise, experts in electoral affairs say that the behavior of the government releases signal of attempts on the transparency and credibility of the current electoral process in the country. For me, Armstrong Sanda reports.
Several months after the end of their legal mandate, some members of the Electoral Board of Elections Cameroon Elecam continue to act in that capacity, some for close to 2 months. An abnormality that raises questions on the legitimacy of their actions taken within this period, according to civil society actors.
Le problème ne peut se poser pour des membres.
Beyond the questionable legitimacy of their actions, Hilaire Kamga of the civil society says resolutions taken with their presence can also be questioned, as well as the text defining the notion of quorum in the activities of Elecam Electoral Board members.
Le quorum peut être menacé du fait de la présence de 2 ou 3 membres.
Renewing their mandate few months to the presidential elections raises questions on the intentions of the president and the CPDM-led government.
Le régime, dans sa globalité, manquerait de personnes.
Philippe Nanga of the civil society argues against the narrative that President Paul Biya could not find more credible and non-partisan Cameroonians to appoint to this position.
On ne doit pas se tromper.
In fact, Hilaire Kamga is categorical that the reappointment of these same old electoral board members demonstrate a determination from the part of the government to maintain their grip on elections Cameroon.
Donc, le RDPC est très présent.
The renewal of the mandate of these electoral board members comes within a complex judicial and legal context. Civil society actors say that they were not consulted, as should be the case. They think that the government is increasingly being hostile towards the civil society in Cameroon. Analysts on their part urge the government of Cameroon to address the situation as fast as possible in order to render the electoral process more credible and transparent.
And now we begin our series of news in retrospect today. Today we will be talking about the Fecafoot Minsep saga. The Fecafoot versus Minsep saga that emerged after the appointment of Mark Breeze as head coach of the senior men's national football team will definitely be one of the events that took Cameroonians by surprise, as Samuel Eto'o stood firm against decisions of the Minister of Sports and Physical Education. The tug of war also divided so many Cameroonians, so to speak, who were in support of one of the camps. As we begin our retro of 2024, Smart Dikan Gabriel takes us back to the Fecafoot versus Minsep saga in this write-up.
After the poor outing of the indomitable Lions of Cameroon at the AFCON organized in Côte d'Ivoire, upon their return to the country, changes were made on the technical bench of the national football team, with Mark Breeze appointed by the Minister of Sports and Physical Education. It was here that the tug-of-war between Fecafoot and Minsep started, with each other claiming to know the law. Samuel Eto'o will go ahead to appoint his own coaches, excluding the top position, acting on Article 9 of the Fecafoot-Minsep Convention of 2015. The crisis will notice a twist during the first meeting of Samuel Eto'o and Mark Breeze, when first the president of the Cameroon Football Federation will clash with the technical director at the Ministry of Sports and Physical Education, Cyril Tolo.
Mon lieu de travail, et vous me connaissez très bien. Ici, vous n'avez pas parole. Quand je viens au ministère, je vous respecte. Ici, je suis le seul patron. Et vous ne le faites pas, monsieur Tolo. C'est la dernière fois. Je vous interdis de lever le ton. C'est la dernière fois. Monsieur, vous appelez-moi la sécurité, vous le mettez dehors. C'est la dernière fois, vous avez compris.
Then, a bitter exchange of words with head coach Marc Brice.
Dans votre pays, je ne le fais pas. Et vous ne me parlez pas comme ça, monsieur le sélectionneur. N'oubliez pas, en tant que footballeur, vous ne pouvez jamais me parler. Donc maintenant, je suis le président.
With the ongoing tussle, the technical bench of the Cameroon senior men's football team had two sets of coaches, one under Fecafoot and the other under Minsep. With the crisis deepening each period, Cameroon had a match on August 8, 2024. World Football Governing Body FIFA sent a letter to Fecafoot advising that both should dialogue to make peace. The Lions almost missed their game against Namibia as a result of the tussle between Fecafoot and Minsep. While the government maintained the Ahmadou Ahidjo Stadium as venue, Fecafoot insisted it will play in Garoua. The timely intervention of the Prime Minister saw the team finally play in Garoua on October 7, 2024. That a tripartite meeting bringing together Samuel Eto'o, Chief Professor Narcisse Molekombi, alongside Secretary General at the Presidency, Ferdinand Gongo, in the presence of Philippe Mbalgambua, in charge of special duties at the Presidency, and Oswald Babuke, Assistant Director at the Civil Cabinet of the Presidency, that a solution will be found to the ongoing Cold War between Fecafoot and the Ministry of Sports and Physical Education. At the end of the meeting, Samuel Eto'o and Chief Professor Narcisse Molekombi all signed an agreement which made way for peace with the forming of a consensual list of 18 staff members that are currently taking care of the indomitable Lions.
Thanks much for that piece. Our series of news in retrospect will sure continue tomorrow. Viewers, that does it for this edition of the news. We cannot have talking point today because of some circumstances beyond our control. That was what we put together for you tonight. Thank you, viewers, for always being with us. Thank you for your confidence. Don't go away. As usual, our programs continue. Equinoxe comes up at 7 p.m. and the news in the French language comes up at 8 p.m. with Julien Beth Bisay. Thank you again for being with us and see you again tomorrow. Same time, God willing. Bye-bye for now.